Welcome back to the Stephen Knight Show. Adam is out, so Chike holding it down. What's going on in movie reviews?
You mean we're holding it down, not
We're
me.
holding it down, you know.
You and I.
Exactly.
So, hit me with it. What you see?
I am loving Bel Air. I started watching it last night. I was on the fence about it, and I wasn't even going to watch it because I think I told you about it. We talked last week. I don't have Peacock, but then I found out Peacock is free, so I downloaded it and I watched it, and I was blown away. Yes, the characters look a lot different, and but it's just it was great. It was great. It was great.
It's the story. It's a powerful story.
Yeah, it's a powerful story, and it's realistic, you know. And so Hillary doesn't come off as a snob in this one. But I like all the characters. The only character I cannot stand is Carlton. Carlton's something else. But anyway, but I thought it's well done so far. I can't wait to see where they take it, where they take that. So yeah. But you said you've been watching that one too as well.
No, I didn't start watching it yet.
Okay. Well, yeah. You'll definitely
to be honest, you know, I didn't really gravitate toward the Fresh Prince of Bel-Air. It wasn't something that I watched religiously.
Yeah.
I happened to come across it in reruns.
Okay.
Great show. I never got into it the first time around. And it's a lot of shows like that.
Yeah. I also watch, and I have one more episode, Inventing Anna. That's a Shondaland production on Netflix. Someone texted me, it's a great series, you should check it out. I said, okay. It is a great series. Now this kind of goes hand in hand with Tender Swindler. This woman, she I think she's Russian, but anyway, she's 26 years old, has duped owners of banks, presidents at banks, all the who's who in New York, into thinking that she is this rich woman. She gets this code's being approved for a loan for $40 million. All of her friends think she's rich. And then, but it starts to run out. Like she's no longer has the money, credit cards bouncing. But what she would do was she would stay at a hotel, you know, the best hotel in New York, and she would always charge everything back to the room. So a lot of times she stayed there for a good month before the jig was up. But it is so well written.
I was actually asleep, and it kind of, because this was something that I wanted to watch, but I was asleep, and I think it got to that part, and I woke up on that part, and I think the price of the hotel was like $17,000 a day, something like that. And they were questioning, like, how could she even stay there?
Well, the thing is,
I can watch it from the beginning.
Yeah, you gotta watch from the beginning. So the way it all kind of, so her story comes out, some of the story comes out, and there's this reporter who, she is pregnant. You know, she has like maybe a month or two before the baby's due, and she never gets the good stories at her newspaper or the at the publication, never gets the best stories. And so she finds about this story and she wants in on it. But her boss is like, oh, I don't know, her editor. And eventually she explains to him why this is such a great story. And so he gave her a time period that she could work on it. And so, and her coworkers or colleagues, they're helping her because she's pregnant, and it's such a good, juicy story. And so she has to convince Anna to give her an interview because Anna's in jail at this point. That's where it starts off. Anna's in jail, but it does flashbacks of the life she lived and the way she hustled and you know, just fooled everybody. But you know, it's interesting because the woman who plays the reporter, and you know her name if you see her face.
She was in Girl.
Yeah. She
from Ozark, right?
Ozark, yeah, exactly.
Ozark. Yeah.
So she goes, she was on one of the shows last week, you know, promoting this series, and they mentioned the number of people from Scandal that are on the show. And I was like,
Mhm.
oh, I didn't even know. I mean, when I tell you they kept that cast, there's a lot of Scandal cast on that show, which is good. You know, it's really good to see them. And they're all in their own different capacities, not like the same characters, but I did
Yeah.
like that. Mhm.
So one thing about people that work well in film, you notice that they'll continue to work together.
Yep. Yep.
Yeah, yeah.
But no, but that's really good. I can't wait to see. I have the last episode. It's really, really good. I was surprised how good that was. But yeah, I told you about Tentative Winter and Hot Topics. That was more surprising that people fell for this. And then finally, I got to talk about Celebrity Big Brother. So it usually comes on like 3 times a week, and so I was checking my DVR this morning because typically I'll watch Sundays, or whatever. It was like several episodes that happened over the weekend. So, but it was kind of like flashbacks to things we didn't see.
Okay.
So Misha is the one, I can remember her name last week. She's the one that pretty much runs the house, her and Todrick. And I guess what I respect more about Misha, she's a prize fighter, is her story, because in some of the episodes they showed over the weekend, you got to see their personal side, and they're how they grew up, and how she lived in her car. When she was in school, her family lived in the car at one point. And so how she's worked very hard to get to where she is. And you see why she's as competitive as she is. But you also see a softer side of her when she talks about her children and her fiance. But I think she could go all the way. I really, really starting to like Todd Bridges. He's a cool guy. He's a cool guy. And he's doing well in the game. And so now I told you that it's interesting how the house will turn on one person, but it didn't happen recently. They sent Carson home, which I actually started like Carson. Carson's getting on my nerves, like when I see him in other shows, but I actually like him. I liked his storyline, and everyone got along with him because he's such a nice guy, they said. Todrick, he is a bit much, and what I read in the comments online, a lot of people don't care for him anyway. Some people say they've met him in person, and he's not a nice person. They're calling him a bully. Cynthia, I really do like Cynthia. I like and Lamar Odom. He's my favorite on there. He says that he likes everyone in the house, so it's kind of hard, to vote off. But they're doing well, and it's getting now. It's down to 5 people, and so I think 2 people go home tonight, so they'll be down to 3. Because I think the finale is on Wednesday. But they're a lot shorter than regular Big Brother. There's like a month and a few weeks or so, as regular Big Brother is like 2-3 months. But yeah, it's getting good. It's getting good, and it's interesting. But Cynthia, apparently she's like me, a neat freak, so she's always cleaning up, And she said, I know that y'all used to butlers and maids, and we ain't got one up here. We gotta clean up, But it is good seeing them as normal people. You know what I mean? Doing, like someone didn't know how to do something. That basic. Oh, Todd Bridges he had a hard time putting the trash bag in the actual trash can. You should see them struggling over that. But it is really good. I enjoy it. A lot of people have talked junk about this cast, but I'm loving it. I like the game as a whole. You know what I mean?
Okay. All right.
But anyway, what do you got going on? What'd you see?
I saw a film called Nobody. It's been out for a while. It stars Bob Odenkirk. You would know him from Better Call Saul, or Dad. He was the lawyer, Saul Goodman. And Connie Nielsen. Connie Nielsen, you know her. She is Queen Hippolyta in Wonder Woman. Wonder Woman's
Okay.
mom. And RZA. So basically, the film Nobody is about a gentleman. He is a veteran, but you don't know what type of veteran he is. And his home is burglarized. And he actually catches the burglars inside his home, but he's more passive than your average person probably would be with the situation. the moment escapes him. But at some point in time, he finds out that something very valuable to his daughter is missing. And it's
Hmm.
something, but it's important to his daughter.
Right.
Goes on a mission to get it back. And throughout this film, with the beginning part of the film, he's this unassuming guy, but you soon learn that he has different layers to him as he goes through trying to get this article back for his daughter. It's very, very interesting.
Hmm.
And I like Bob Odenkirk as a performer. I like him as an actor. And this movie was basically made for him. And
Okay.
it's a nice twist for him too, because it's also an action movie.
Hmm.
But really, he's a comedian. So you don't
Okay.
really being in an action movie, but it works. Definitely
Okay.
check. Really interesting. It was entertaining. Definitely good film to
Nice.
watch. The next is it's called the 355, and this is a Freckle Face Films, which is Jessica Chastain's brand. It's her production company,
Hmm.
and it's probably the third movie that I've seen off of her brand. She's also in I can't think of the name of the film, but it's about Jim and Tammy Faye Baker.
Oh
And
yeah.
Tammy Faye. And
Mm-hmm.
she's actually nominated for an Oscar for that too.
Mm.
But 355 is her throwing in her offering for an action film. 355 is about these female operatives who it stars Jessica Chastain, Penelope Cruz, Lupita Nyong'o,
Oh yeah, I
and
sit up there. Uh-huh.
yeah. And they basically are banding together as women who are operatives for different facets to come together to catch this one super spy, which is
Okay.
it's pretty interesting. I like when women throw their hand in with the action game.
Hmm.
You remember Charlize Theron just did it with the Old Guard, which I
Yeah.
thought was a movie. So they say that women can't be in action films. I beg to differ.
Right.
I like
Yeah.
this was a pretty good movie. And anytime you get to see a beautiful woman on the screen kick some butt, it's
Right.
always
Can't beat it.
yeah. And I like that women are able to, not just women, people in general are able to tell their own stories their way.
Yeah.
I like that Jessica is putting this stuff out on her own imprint and making her own films her way.
Hmm.
And the last is not a film; it's a docu-series called "Everything Is Going to Be All White." Yes, I said
Oh,
all
wait.
white. This is airing on Showtime, and it's like I said, it's a docu-series created by Sacha Jenkins, and it stars Amanda Seales, Margaret Cho, Jamel Hill, Styles P, and Tamika Mallory. And it's a really deep dive into this country's white supremacy issue and how it affects the country as a whole. And they don't just speak about Black people, they don't touch on Black people, they touch on everyone and
Hmm.
how supremacy affects every facet of
Yeah.
America. Yeah, it's really, really interesting, really educational, and I think that people should watch it. Everyone should watch it,
Yeah.
and you get to see it, and it has a comedic twist, so it's kind of funny too. So you get to see uh, where some of the prejudice comes from. Sometimes it's of myth and folklore, and it turns into other things, especially when people get behind it and they start perpetuating
Hmm.
it.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah, definitely check it out. It's worth watching.
Nice. Nice.
Did you watch the other one about Bill Cosby yet?
Not yet. I need to. That's on Showtime though, right?
Yeah.
I don't think I have Showtime, but I definitely want to check it out though. I want to check
Yeah.
that out.
I'm watching these things that spark conversations.
Yeah.
I like the other one that's on Amazon. Check that one out too about
Hmm.
the Black excellence, Black freedom, Black
Yeah.
love. That one out. That's a
Oh,
masterclass.
yeah, I definitely gotta check that out.
Yeah.
I attempted to watch the Marry Me, J Lo's new movie. I turned it
Yeah.
off.
Let me know
I
what you
turned it
think.
off.
Off?
I turned it off. Put on Will Smith. I mean, Bel Air.
Why did you turn it off?
It just seemed too predictable.
Yeah.
And
It's a factory. It's a factory movie.
yeah, exactly. But I mean, she looks beautiful in it. But it was just
Yeah, but you know what? Only time I'm really checking for J Lo in a film if it's going to be a drama. That's
mhm.
the only want to check for her. Like
Yeah.
those movies like that, those rom-coms.
Yeah.
She them, they were cool. It's all right.
Right.
Not interested.
Exactly. Anything coming down the pipeline?
I'm probably gonna go to the theater and go see this Batman. Yeah. I know I've seen that before, but I'm actually physically gonna go into the theater to see it.
Yeah. That would be good. That would be good to see in the theater too, by the way.
And from the little demo that I saw that they did about the trailer with the IMAX theater and the
Oh
way
yeah.
that I was like, oh yeah, this is gonna be good.
Medea, Tyler Perry has a new Medea movie coming out this coming Friday. And I
Mhm.
just happened to see the trailer. That thing, I was in tears. I cannot wait to watch it. I'm not a huge I respect Tyler Perry, but I'm not a huge of his films. But this one, I was crying just on the trailer, so I had to see it.
I saw that picture of Medea in the Mary J. Blige album,
Yes,
Super Bowl. My God.
I know.
What's the storyline with this one? What is Medea doing now? What is this movie about?
I don't know. I forgot, but I do know there's some new characters in there. This one, I think it's a neighbor. They're white. They come over to the house, and I guess they brought their mother or somebody with them. And she comes to the door, Wakanda forever. They slammed the door. That was hilarious. But yeah, I forgot what the storyline was. But I'll let you know next week when I watch it.
Okay.
Well, listen, thank you for letting us know what to spend our money and time on and whatnot. Have a great week, and we'll talk again next Monday.
Yes, sir.
All right, right back after this.